Live from Green Bay and throughout the Fox Valley, this is NewsCenter 11 Tonight with Ray Wheeler, Lynn Lazar, John Mino with sports, and John Chandic with weather.
Good evening, I'm Lynn Lazar.
And I'm Ray Wheeler. Here's what's happening. A real-life battle for Rambo. In Israel, to film Rambo III, actor Sylvester Stallone was forced to flee his hotel room yesterday after a Middle East border clash broke out less than 150 yards away. The shooting occurred near the Israel-Jordan border, where Stallone is making the new movie. Hotel security guards took Stallone to a safe house.
From that area, you can see there was 50-millimeter machine gun fire with green traces going up, and somebody must have got a direct hit because the machine gun went up into the air, which usually indicates a direct hit. And then I definitely heard two Kalashnikovs and another automatic fire.
Neither Stallone nor any of his crew members were injured in that incident. For Stallone, it was a situation where make-believe turned into real life. Something area police say could happen to children if they're allowed to play with toy weapons, such as the ones marketed under the Rambo name, among others. NewsCenter 11's Mike Osterhage shows us why police are especially concerned now that the holiday shopping season is underway.
Store shelves are already stocked to the brim with the most popular lifelike toys, but there's one that looks a little too much like the real thing.
Now it almost appears as if they're cut out of the same mold, and it's almost impossible to distinguish between the two unless you actually can physically touch them and look at them.
Even during the interview in bright light, it was hard to tell the .45 caliber semi-automatic machine gun from the battery-powered squirt gun.
Poor lighting conditions, high stress, yes, it's easily, I think it would be easy to make a mistake.
Okay. And obviously a mistake like that can be
fatal.
Can be tragic. It's not illegal to carry a look-alike handgun in public, but earlier this summer in Appleton, a young man was waving a toy gun out his car window. This was reported to police, who later chased and apprehended him.
And this was enough that we could cite them for disorderly conduct because obviously they were creating a disturbance with it.
In an effort to curb what can be a potentially tragic misunderstanding, some toy gun manufacturers put an identifying red or orange mark somewhere on the gun to help distinguish it from the real thing. Although this identification technique could backfire.
What prevents somebody from taking a real gun and painting that to make it look like a look-alike gun?
This year, the popularity of look-alikes isn't what it used to be.
I'd say they're on the slide quite a bit. I think parents are a little bit more cautious of what kind of guns they're giving their children.
For those that already have look-alikes, Officer Kurish strongly advises to treat the toys as you would the real thing. On the street, the police do. In Appleton, Mike Osterhage, NewsCenter 11 Tonight.
In many parts of the country, communities are taking steps to ban realistic toy weapons. Lynn?
A Sheboygan man whose job it is to create illusions is back home tonight from the hospital. Last month, the magic trick he was performing went awry. David Lee Snyder suffered first and second-degree burns when he failed to break out of a burning cage. He said he won't try that particular trick again, but he is planning a new magic show.
I'll talk to the kids about fire and how bad it really was in this magic act of mine. I'll do a little bit of magic. We'll have some puppets. That's what I'm trying to put together now.
Snyder, who says he thought he was going to die, is expected to recover the use of his hands within 6 months. Right?
President Reagan is hoping to work magic with the Central American Peace Plan. In a speech today to the Organization of American States, President Reagan softened his stance toward the Sandinista government in Nicaragua. He says the U.S. is willing to sit down with the Sandinistas, provided the 4 other countries involved in the plan are also at the negotiating table. Secretary of State George Shultz says he's willing to talk with Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega this week at the OAS meeting, provided some reforms are made.
It doesn't take long to let people out of jail. All you have to do is unlock the doors. It doesn't take long to approve applications for publication. All you have to do is check the approve box.
A 1984 meeting between Shultz and Ortega failed to produce any results. President Reagan isn't getting anywhere with his Supreme Court nominees either. Federal Judge Anthony Kennedy is now considered to be the front-runner for the new nomination. On Capitol Hill today, some Republicans were still seething following the weekend withdrawal of Judge Douglas Ginsburg's nomination following drug charges.
But there are gutless wonders down there who do not back the president when he needs it, who do not stand up the way they should, and who undermine some of the things the president is trying to do.
Judge Kennedy is now undergoing extensive background checks, including possible past drug use. Kennedy has reportedly told the administration he has never used drugs.
The Dow fell 59 points on Wall Street today. Tomorrow, it may be down about 1,100. 1,100 workers, that is, as clerical workers voted 2-1 today to walk the picket lines. Clerics say pensions are a key issue. No new talks are scheduled. Supervisory and management personnel are expected to perform clerical duties beginning tomorrow. So, Wall Street trading will get underway as usual tomorrow. In the next couple of weeks, shipping through the Great Lakes will be brought to a halt by ice and cold. Today, one of the last ships into Green Bay began loading its cargo. Tonight, NewsCenter 11's Dwayne Gay went aboard the giant vessel and talked with the men who sailed the ship around the world on its way to Wisconsin.
They are Green Bay's link to the rest of the world. Ships that sail the 7 seas, stop briefly here to load or unload cargo, and then head for every corner of the globe. Usually, we only get to see the ships from a distance, but tonight, a closer look. This is a Greek ship chartered by a German company and sailed by a Korean crew. The men have been at sea for 10 months. A shipmate today showed us the bridge where the officers run the ship. The kitchen, where the 20 crew members eat and sleep. Each has his own cabin. Nothing fancy, just a couch and a bed. And the captain told us today life aboard ship isn't easy.
The problem is the weather conditions here. It's very much cold for my people.
And the captain says the weather at sea can even be dangerous. But a more troubling concern for the men is loneliness and boredom. Being on ship is like being in prison. The men play a Korean game called chonji, and they play it for hours upon hours, day after day. After long, tedious months at sea, when a ship gets to port, the men are anxious for a change of scenery. One of the first questions I was asked was, where can we find the local disco? And they seemed very pleased to hear that in Green Bay, it's within walking distance of their ship. And find some women.
Yeah, I hope find a woman.
In a couple of days, the ship and its crew heads for South America, where they will deliver the milk and the flour they picked up here. Sailing the high seas seems like an adventurous way to see the world, but several of the men I talked to today say they've seen enough. This long and lonely trip will be their last. In Green Bay, Dwayne Gay, NewsCenter 11 tonight.
Still to come, meteorologist John Chandick says tomorrow will be sunny, but keep your earmuffs handy.
And the weather forecast for the East Coast is smoky, the result of southern forest fires. That's next as NewsCenter 11 tonight continues.
Weather-wise, it's time to buy a front-wheel drive Ford. Make it a Festiva, Escort, Tempo, or Taurus. Prices start at just $57.20 at your nearby Fox Cities Ford dealer.
Leon? Yes? Novelties are a serious business.
Right.
And a serious business uses serious methods, like long distance.
Right, to qualify customers.
And that's just the start. With long distance, we manage accounts more efficiently, open new accounts, and put unlimited sales potential right at our very fingertips.
Wisconsin Bell Long Distance. It's smart business.
Your Lazy Boy Showcase Shop is proud to announce their 11th anniversary sale. Create a room full of comfort around fine Lazy Boy products, whether selecting a recliner or a pair of recliners, choosing a Lazy Boy sofa or a sleeper sofa. Yes, even modular seating groups. You deserve the selection. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the savings during the 11th anniversary sale at your Lazy Boy Showcase Shop, South Oneida Street, Green Bay.
Now's the time to shake, rattle, and roll to Prange Way's $1 million toy sale. Name brand savings on Fisher-Price. Build up your preschoolers' imagination with these toys, now 25% off. Or put it all together with Lego, Duplo sets, basic building sets, and more, now 25% off. Save $20 on this four-wheel drive, radio-controlled, full-function mascot racer with turbo power. Sale price $59.99. It's our best sale of the year.
You never overpay at Prange Way.
A former Marathon County sheriff is charged tonight with 13 counts of misconduct in office. 67-year-old Louis Giannoli is accused of dismissing or reducing drunken driving tickets issued by his deputies. Giannoli made his initial appearance today in Marathon County Court in Wausau. His attorney says Giannoli had the same type of discretion his officers did in issuing citation, and limits on that power are not clear under state law.
Firefighters are getting some help tonight in battling forest fires, which are still raging out of control in many southern states. More than 10,000 fires have claimed at least 200,000 acres of land over the past 2 weeks. Although East Coast residents are miles away, they're still feeling the effects. Heavy smoke drifted from Washington, D.C. to New England, keeping many people indoors. One reason for the fires is a severe drought in much of the southeast. But this afternoon, relief was in sight as rain began to fall. Southerners are hoping the rain will continue long enough to do some good.
What a nice day we had around here, though, today.
Boy, we sure did.
Crisp.
Just a little bit crisp, yeah.
That's the case, but we're going to be crisp tonight. You know, you step outside, you're going to see your breath, you're going to slide on the ice, temperatures are going down. Yes, ice out there, 28 degrees. Okay, Appleton, Marinette, 28 degrees for Shawano. Fond du Lac seems to be about the warmest at 30 degrees. Check the airport temp in Green Bay, it's down to 27. They haven't even given us a reading for 10 o'clock because they think it's too cold. No, not really. We have a little trouble with getting it on our wire. But in any case, the relative humidity at 68%, northerly winds at 9 miles per hour, 30.44 in a barometer. That's holding steadily. Got down to 22 this morning. We may be even a little colder than that. The high this afternoon, 38 degrees, about 7 below normal. We've got clear skies around here. The clear skies will be the case over northeastern Wisconsin right straight through the night. Look carefully and you see the clouds. That's over the upper peninsula. The lake effect flurries are still taking place. They got 3 inches of snow this afternoon in Sault Ste. Marie. Very little in Marquette. Hardly anything up in the Copper Country. Most of the lake effect flurries will be done within the next couple of hours, leaving behind the plain old cold. Flurries, no, not anywhere in our part of the country tomorrow. We'll just have plenty of sunshine, lots of sunshine, even though the temperatures are going to struggle to get to around 40 degrees again, still, without much in the way of wind. The sunshine is going to do the job. It's going to feel actually quite nice, and there will be plenty of sunshine. Here's the heart of the cooler air mass that we're dealing with right now. It's making its move towards the east rather quickly. So with the sunshine tomorrow, we're going to end up having on Wednesday milder temperatures. Temperatures are all in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s farther out to the west. So we're going to get 45-ish, maybe close to 50 as we get into Wednesday. Better than that, I don't see any screamers. I don't see anything out there that may come anywhere close to being a storm system. So we're going to have mostly sunny skies. So we're shaping up rather nicely. But let's go to the east. Saw a little bit earlier, we saw the rains down in the South Country, and it's all due to this storm system. And boy, do they like that kind of rain. Some of the rain is on the moderate side going into the Mississippi River Valley, and it is moving towards the east and to the northeast. The folks in Kentucky, Tennessee, and parts of the Virginias will end up having welcome rains later on tonight. Not enough to alleviate the drought, but definitely to help in fighting the fires. Checking our forecast, it's cool, but it's nice after this.
Now you can buy a Sony for the price of an ordinary TV at American Sony sale. Look, a Sony Trinitron for $228, a Sony 19-inch remote control stereo TV for $369 at American Sony sale. This stereo's all Sony, only $275 at American. This Sony Walkman for $10 to a Sony Trinitron color TV for only $228. American Sony sale has Sony camcorders, Sony stereos to Sony TVs, only $228 at American Sony sale. It's gotta be good.
Menard's big sale means brand name savings for you in the hardware department. Swing lines, staple, and glue guns are on sale now, and mail-in rebates save you even more. This staple gun is just $4.99 after rebate. Air compressors by Campbell Hausfeld are on sale too. This 1-horsepower model is perfect for the do-it-yourselfer. Now just $177. That's big brand name savings this week at Menard.
We're helping you build America's heartland at Menards.
You're looking at all the full-size pickups that outsell Ford's F-150 in these parts. Now you're looking at all the light-duty pickups that outsell Ford Ranger. Now you're looking at the leaders, Ford F-150 and Ranger, the #1 trucks in Wisconsin and Upper Michigan, now with $500 cash bonus from Ford. Plus, for a limited time, both trucks come with a Ford bedliner at no extra cost. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer now.
Roger, your gift just arrived.
No one's ever given me pickles before.
They're Peter Piper's pickles, Sandra. Nice and tart, crisp and crunchy, and very, very special.
Diamonds are special, Roger.
And Sandra, Peter Piper's pickles are fun, too.
So's a week in Vegas.
Enjoy your Peter Piper's pickles, Sandra. They're wonderful, just like you.
Oh, Roger, I didn't know you cared.
Peter Piper's pickles. You can taste how much we care.
I bet you're not going to believe this. We are not yet, and this is for the first third of the month, reaching what is normal precipitation. We should have about 6/10 of an inch. We've got just a little under a ½ an inch. You want to know why you think you've had more? It's because the rain has come on the weekends. No rain in the next couple of days forecast. In fact, it's plain old clear and cold for tonight, 15 to 20. It'll be about the coldest of the year so far with light northwesterly winds. Then for tomorrow, mostly sunny. That 40-degree high temperature is going to feel warmer than that, but it's still going to be not much degree-wise any more than the 40 degrees with the light variable winds. And then on Wednesday, mostly sunny, a bit breezy, and warmer. High temperatures, the mid-40s. We've got a shot at 50. Don't count on it. We've got a shot at that. Up in the Upper Peninsula, partly cloudy, a chance of a few flurries. That's for tonight. The lows down around 20 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. High temperature of 35 to 40 degrees. Shaping up for tomorrow is a nice day. More sunshine, still a little bit on the cool side, but still it is easy to take compared to some of the other places. And again, the forecast looking into the weekend is still on the milder side, but I don't want to really get caught out on a limb yet for the weekend.
All right, well, hold up.
Okay.
Still to come, air piracy charges are filed against a man who tried to hijack a plane with an axe.
And an Irish terrorist group says a bomb it set off killing women and children was all a mistake. Those stories and more next on NewsCenter 11 tonight.
Next on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. He's wild, he's crazy, he's funny man, George Carlin.
I'd like to see some really dangerous sports like indoor hunting.
Plus, Carlin on the way the world should be.
Some people see a glass that's half full. Some people see a glass that's half empty. I see a glass that's twice as big as it needs to be.
And the Motown sound of the Temptations.
Come on, y'all. Put your hands together like this.
On The Tonight Show next.
Yeah.
It's American's Computer Fair. Everything in computers is discounted. Now you can get an Apple compatible for only $388 or the Apple IIe for $584. Look at the computer items. Many computer demos below wholesale. Monitors $79, printers $98, computer desks $77, disk drives from $118 to the Apple compatible for only $388. And you can register to win an Apple IIc with monitor. Everything discounted at American's Computer Fair.
It's gotta be good.
What do you want most from your financial institution? Perhaps it's products that are profitable, convenient, and most important, right for you. Perhaps it's security like that offered by the FSLIC. Perhaps it's people who care and can offer you the true professionalism you have a right to expect. Perhaps it's time you came home to Home Savings. See for yourself why there's just no place like home.
It's Stumpf's 66th anniversary, and we're celebrating at all 3 dealerships with anniversary sale prices on a big selection of used cars, trucks, and vans at Stumpf Ford of Neenah, Stumpf Pontiac, and Les Stumpf Ford and Isuzu in Appleton. Every car is discounted. Prices start at $99 down and $129 per month. You heard it right. Only $99 down and $129 per month during the 66th anniversary celebration. Going on now at Stumpf Ford of Neenah, Stumpf Pontiac, and Les Stumpf Ford and Isuzu in Appleton.
In tonight's news check, the Irish Republican Army says it planted that deadly bomb in Northern Ireland. 11 people were blown up at a war memorial service in Northern Ireland, and the explosion injured 65 others yesterday. In an unusual statement, the IRA says it regretted the catastrophe because the bomb was intended to kill only British soldiers who were assigned to security duty. But the radio-controlled bomb went off prematurely, killing and injuring men, women, and children. The man accused of trying to hijack a plane with a fire axe last week was ordered held in jail without bail today. James Drake will have a preliminary hearing on the 24th of November. Drake told police he took over the jet at the San Francisco airport last week to escape from gangsters who wanted to kill him. When Drake stormed the plane last Friday, he held an axe over the pilot's head and demanded to be flown to London or another safe location to escape the killers who are after him. Ever since the space shuttle disaster almost 2 years ago, the Morton Thiokol Company has been trying to fix the problem. Morton Thiokol made the O-rings that failed and caused the Challenger to explode. Today in Utah, there was the 6th in a series of tests of deliberately flawed rocket booster joints to see if the new O-rings would fail. Company scientists say they want to make sure no matter what else fails, the O-rings will seal up properly. Plans to get rid of garbage by burning it drew several protesters from the Greenpeace environmental group to Minneapolis today. 2 chained themselves to a fence around an incinerator under construction, and 3 others climbed to the top of a construction crane at the site. The 5 who were then arrested claimed the ash that would be produced by burning the garbage would be toxic. It is a problem communities in northeastern Wisconsin face: what to do with the growing piles of garbage. NewsCenter 11's Tom Joles is looking at that problem in a week-long series of reports each night at 6, right here on NewsCenter 11.
Just ahead, the Bears suffer a heavy toll during yesterday's win over the Packers.
And it may seem hard to believe, but high school basketball is almost here. John Meinl looks ahead in sports as NewsCenter 11 Tonight continues.
Tomorrow's weather, more snow. Roadsides covered and slippery. Our temperature.
Time for a front-wheel drive Ford from your nearby Fox Cities Ford dealer. Right now, prices start at just $57.20, and away you go through the snow. Choose from new front-wheel drive Festivas, front-wheel drive Escorts, Tempos, and Taurus. Weather-wise, the smartest buys are front-wheel drives. Right now, at Van Boxtel Ford Green Bay, Les Stumpf Ford Appleton, Dorch Ford De Pere, Service Motors Ford Fond du Lac, Dow Ford Oshkosh, Stumpf Ford Neenah, and Karts Ford Pulaski, your Fox Cities Ford dealers.
The Packers' Great Moments, brought to you by Firestone, America's home for car service.
In the bone-chilling below-zero weather of Green Bay, the Packers faced the Cowboys for the 1967 NFL Championship. All-Pro Jerry Kramer threw the most famous block in pro football history to allow Bart Starr to score the winning touchdown, giving the Packers 3 straight NFL titles.
This week, Master Care Radiator Service is only $24.95. And save on Firestone's wheel alignment, just $24.95 for most cars. At Firestone, you can charge it. Come on, drive over to Firestone, your home for Master Care car service. Green Bay, Appleton, Sheboygan, Fond du Lac, Marinette, and Manitowoc.
It's the great American 2-for-1 recliner sell-a-thon! It's a race for the savings. There go a pair of recliners for just $1.99 a pair. There go a pair of big man recliners for $2.49 a pair. There go a pair of Stratalonge recliners for $2.99. There go a pair of Lane Action Wall Hugger recliners for $3.98 a pair. Hurry, some quantities are limited. Every single recliner's 2-for-1 sale price at America's Recliner Sell-a-thon!
You know what's funny? Even after the game yesterday, they were saying nice things to one another, the Bears and the Packers.
Sort of an unusual game.
Like Coach Ditka was saying, what a well-coached team he played against.
A little bit more respect, I think, coming out of this game than usual. The Chicago Bears defense, though, has been giving up an awful lot of points this season compared to their other teams. Today, they received some news which isn't going to make things any easier for them. Chicago defensive end Dan Hampton will be out a minimum of 4 weeks. He hurt his knee in yesterday's ball game. He'll have arthroscopic surgery on it tomorrow. The news a lot worse for Otis Wilson. Number 55, the very top part of the screen. He'll come in on the pass rush. Number 72, Tom Neville, will come up and put a lick on him, takes him down. Wilson tore cartilage. He'll be out for a minimum of 6 weeks. So 2 of the best in that defense will be out. Al Harris and Ron Rivera will replace them. The Packers, of course, whistled for 16 penalties yesterday, but a lot of people still wondering today why no call on the Bears' Jim McMahon on the last drive for intentional grounding. Here's that play, second to last play before the field goal. He's pressured by Tiger Green, throws it out in the flats, absolutely no Bear players anywhere around, but the ref may have ruled he was just trying to stop the clock, which is legal compared to trying to avoid a sack. Here's a play earlier in the ball game, second quarter. McMahon again pressured. He'll flip it out to the flat, no one around. This time, he does get a flag because he threw it out there to avoid the sack. Okay, switching to basketball. Bucks will be home tomorrow night, taking on the Washington Bullets. Bucks starting off 1-1 so far this season with a loss to the Celtics and a win Saturday against the Pistons. Now, the Celtics starting off a lot better than many thought they would. They haven't missed Kevin McHale so far. His slack has been picked up by one of their top draft choices, 7-foot Brad Lohaus. Celtics took on the Knicks tonight. Knicks still looking for their first win under their new head coach, Rick Pitino. Didn't get it tonight. Here's the way it went. Wilkins with the miss. The Celtics on the fast break. Fred Roberts takes it down, gets it inside to Robert Parrish. Now you think Parrish would hit the little short jumper. Back to Bird, back to Parrish, puts it in. Celtics led by 25 points early in the third quarter. Looks like it's going to be a blowout. Celtics lax, though, on defense. They come back, but here's a big play. They're down by 5, and the Knicks missed the shot. Bird with the deflection. Danny Ainge takes it up. They never look back from there. Boston goes on to win it 96-87. They still are unbeaten on the year. The high school football state finals will bring the curtain down in the high school season this weekend. But today was the curtain raiser for high school basketball practice. Mark Ewing made the rounds to see how everybody handled that first day on the court.
Time to roll out the Rawlings, folks. Basketball season is on its way. In fact, for public high schools, practice was in session for the first time today.
The first thing is you're glad your players didn't get hurt during football, and then you're excited for the first day because you actually get a chance to start, and the kids are excited.
And like West High, coaches all over Wisconsin were taking account of who was who in their prospective lineups.
I guess you're kind of looking for maybe a pleasant surprise. Hopefully.
Maybe a Michael Jordan somewhere?
Well, I don't know if we get a Michael Jordan, but hopefully a pleasant surprise and I guess a little bit reassuring that your kids are back ready to play.
Every coach will tell you they hate to do it, but you can't keep everybody. So the first step is tryouts, but they are a nice lot, these coaches. They say they do make certain considerations.
It takes the kids a while to get used to handling that ball, especially brand new balls that we have here at practice. They're nice and slick, so you have to allow for mistakes, certainly.
So those teams have to make those cuts, but they also have to get some sort of game plan figured out because the season starts next Friday. Southwest, for example, takes on Appleton East. That leaves only 10 days to prepare, meaning those who can get the most done in the shortest time could have a big advantage going into their opener. In fact, some teams are having 2-a-days. So what do you think makes a coach go home happy after day one?
Looking fairly sharp, 2 or 3 kids showing dramatic improvement from last year, and a minimum of blisters.
In Green Bay, Mark Ewing, NewsCenter 11, Sports Tonight.
And the Brewers' schedule came out today. Their first 10 games of the season are on the road. Their home opener isn't until April 15th against the Yankees.
Did they ever play in Green Bay?
No.
Okay, that's it for tonight. Thanks for being with us.
Good night now from Fond du Lac.
Lynn Lazar's clothing, courtesy of the Signature Shop.
Drive or remove screws anywhere with the Master Mechanic cordless power screwdriver. In November, it's just $13.99 at participating True Value hardware stores.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, well, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping.
The limited edition full-size Chevy 4x4 Snow Pro pickup. Available only at your Chevy Super 6 dealer.
In TV talk, we call this static. Many places give you static about having the lowest price. At Piarchi's, the picture is clear. Piarchi's has the lowest price, and we back up that claim with our exclusive $1,000 lowest price guarantee. Piarchi's will pay you $1,000 if we can't beat your lowest price. I didn't say meet your lowest price. I said beat it. Piarchi's gives you the $1,000 lowest price guarantee. Others give you this.
Now's the time to shake, rattle, and roll to Prange Way's $1 Million Toy Sale. Name brand savings on Fisher Price. Build up your preschooler's imagination with these toys, now 25% off. Or put it all together with Lego, Duplo sets, basic building sets, and more, now 25% off. Save $20 on this 4-wheel drive, radio-controlled, full-function mascot racer with turbo power. Sale price $59.99. It's our best sale of the year.
You never overpay at Prange Way.
Sally Jesse, weekdays at 10.